The book of Proverbs, verse 4. Wealth attracts many friends, but even the closest friend of the poor deserts them. So, hi there everybody, this is Christian Connoisseur. So this is just some footage from me playing some Magic the Gathering. I built a draft deck. I don't know how well this is going to work, to be honest, but I'm in a draft, so I built an Abzan deck with a little bit of some red. Okay, so I was going to talk a little bit today about this movie that I saw. It was like 20 years ago, right? They did a 20-year, like a re-showing of Star Wars Episode 3, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about it, put some a little Christian spin on it, right? I like to, when I go see movies or do enjoy some new stuff, just talk about it a little bit. You know, it's something interesting, right? So I just saw Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Honestly, I think it still holds up in theaters. No, I think it still might be out when I make this video. Although it's probably getting a little bit close, right? I'll try to talk about some Christian themes, and we'll kind of see what happens, right? But okay, so obviously there's gonna be some spoilers, but the movie's pretty old at this point. So this is the third movie. I might make a video talking about the other two, or maybe I'll talk about the other ones a little bit in this too. All these counter spelled me. Well, that's what I get for talking. Still can't play my dude. This is not going good. So like the basic premise is, well, the main premise of this third movie is it's the climation of what happened from the other two to kind of wrap up the story, and it's mostly about Anakin turning to the dark side, and about his betrayal, and about I can finally play something here. And it's about well, it's a very long, dynamic scenario of him basically turning on the Jedi to serve the Sith. And there's some of the characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi, and there's there's Yoda, and there's Anakin, and there's some other characters, right? But it was fairly brutal. Now, it also shows you why that it was pretty morally gray at the same time. So it's like the Jedi, it was all about the plot. There was a big bunch of like plotting and like twisting and planning. And everybody's trying to get control over like the government, and like everybody wants their piece of the pie, right? Which, I mean, it's hard to say you can blame somebody either. But like everybody kind of wants a piece of the puzzle, right? They want control over the government. And they're all basically trying to like stab each other in the back. And like other people are people are upset, and like the Jedi are planning and the Sith Lord's planning, and Anakin's kind of stuck in the middle. Now, and there's also kind of like the prophetic story that like basically, like those things had to happen in the movies, like in order to bring about the episode 4, 5, and 6. Is this person passing? Oh, that's me passing. Okay. I'm playing my little game here while I'm talking. It's a little bit of combination of both. I think they're gonna kind of kick in my butt. Well, we'll see. We're the comeback kid, right? So there's it's pretty dynamic. There's a lot of stuff happening. And it's honestly pretty intense. And like everybody's vying for the power. And Padme, she feels pretty distraught because of all of this. And there's a bunch of other issues and stuff. It's kind of just like a big dumpster fire, to be honest. But anyway, it's also like a good movie, and it shows. I feel like it shows a lot of stuff. About again, there's betrayal, and there's a sense of redemption. And it's there's a lot of good versus evil, and it's who's really evil, who's really good. And are the Sith the ones that are evil, or are the Jedi the ones that are evil? And there's a lot of moral grayness, there's a lot of politics. It's hard, honestly, sometimes to even figure out the truth. But it's still pretty interesting at the end of the day. Okay, let's give my... Oh, I got 2 of these. Again, this is a janky deck, but it's also a cool deck, I'll be real. Look, the lifelink. But yeah, it's a huge big conflict. Overall, though, I did enjoy watching it again. And I've been trying to watch some good movies. Oh, I don't have, but I do have Black Phone. That's about all my tricks, right? Yeah. So yeah, I'll give some of my, obviously the movie's really old, right? I'll just give some of my thoughts about some of my emotions and stuff. It's overall, the movies and stuff that come out. I mean, some people might think they're subpar. But I still do, to be honest. I still enjoy watching them, right? And it's, to my opinion, it's still quite a bit of fun to go out to the movies. And watching an old movie again that I haven't seen in forever, it's quite enjoyable. Yeah, I lost. That's kind of what I expected. It's okay though. And it's still a lot of fun to go to the movie theater. And And there's a lot of and there are still quite a few decent movies that they're making, right? And it's like, I've watched some of these little animated movies. I've seen some I don't know if this hand is a little questionable. I don't have any dudes in it, but I do have some good mana, so I don't know. This draft might just be kind of a flop. Also, by the way, I know it's just kind of like some side tangent, right? I've been trying to get better at Magic the Gathering, but it's just like, it's sometimes like drafting is like my weakest skill. Drafting is the thing I'm worst at in Magic the Gathering, and like deck building and stuff. But it's also, it's like I'm working on it, right? There's some good wholesome messages too. I know this video's a little bit of a jank mess, right? But like, I'm a work in progress, right? So like, I'm working on building this up, and like I've been okay. It's like another thing. I've been trying to go out to the movies and like do stuff and socialize more, and that kind of thing, right? I'll probably walk right into a trap. The lifelink monkey. And like, I think socializing is good, and there's a lot of stuff out there. So I don't have the green. Here's the thing, I do got that red enchantment though. It's gonna be probably really freaking good. But honestly, that card, I feel like this card could just be like, I could win me matches. But yeah, like, it's been a lot of fun. Like, I've been enjoying going out and seeing movies and stuff, and socializing some more, and getting out of the house and stuff. And like, sometimes these things are important. I might be setting myself up here to get blown up. Let's get a land. There we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we got this, right? Positive thinking, we're gonna win. So yeah, and like, watching an old Star Wars movie again has been fun. And again, so like, what are some other movies I watched? I put a few of them up on my channel. So there's like In the Lost Lands. That movie was pretty good. And like, some of these movies that I've seen, I'll be real, they're just kind of flops. But that enchantment is disgusting. That's why I put red in the deck. Red in the deck, just so I can run it. Okay. So yeah, I mean, like, there's that movie made by George R.R. Martin, and like, Disney's been putting movies out, and like, maybe like I've been a little bit mad against some of these like companies and stuff too. All right, there we go. I got this, right? Positive thinking. And again, like, also I've been playing Magic the Gathering, and more in real life, right? I've been playing some on Arena, and I've been putting myself out there personally. I know it's a little bit like it's probably like the weirdest of videos, but and like, it's been a lot of fun. Like, I've been enjoying going to the movies, and I understand, right? It's like, it's not cheap. Like, life right now, life is like, it's never cheap, and life is like, it never feels fair, right? So it's like, it kind of sucks. Like, it's not always, it's a little bit expensive sometimes, but like, I mean, I can also still just choose to like enjoy something, I feel like. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to enjoy myself. And, I can give thanks to God for the good things I have in life. And even these small things like playing, Magic the Gathering or whatever, or hanging out with friends, or you go see a movie, you hang out with some other people, or you go to church, or, it could be whatever, right? It's a lot of fun. I probably should have mulliganed, to be honest. I don't know if this hand's a little shady. We'll see. That equipment, though, I think this equipment's quite good. And you don't want to flood your deck, but in a draft, like, it gives 3 power. It makes small dudes, like, it's so hard to deal with, right? I'm gonna get beat to death by this haste. Okay, I just don't have mana or card to play. And, like, I do like the old Disney still. And, like, even some of the new Disney. I mean, I understand that there's problems wrong with some of these places and stuff. And a lot of these companies and stuff, they got their issues, right? I mean, it's like, it's no secret. But, like, watching that movie, it gave me the chance to enjoy some nostalgia again from the past. Man, I've taken 8 damage from this thing. Okay. Almost as hard play that beast. Okay. We got a swole dude. And, like, the first 2 Star Wars movies, honestly, I still do enjoy those kind of movies. No, I'll just take it. It's like half my life. They spent 5 mana to do 10 damage to me. Okay, Alright. Here we go. This is gonna be sad if I win this just because of this. Okay, but yeah, and there's some of those old movies, they're still really good. Like, personally speaking, I really like the sequels, episodes 1, 2, and 3. I mean, I know that it's a little bit subjective, and some people. Person's like going deaf or something. All this dude's mana screwed. Yeah, I feel for this guy, right? Look, he did 10 damage to me though, regardless. So yeah, I mean, so some things I liked about the prequels. Okay, so I know it's a little bit cheesy, but I do, if I'm being honest, like, I feel for this guy, right? Like, no, it is what it is, though. Yeah, I take my pity win. I lost the first one, I won the second 2. Oh, rank up. What, gold tier 4? I don't know the tier systems very well. So yeah, so like in the Star Wars movies, I kind of like the romance between Padme and Anakin. I know it's a little bit cheesy maybe, but it's like I enjoy those romance. And, like, I know it's, like, a little bit of a... It's, like, a little maybe, like... It's like okay. Some people, they have their issues with, like... With a lot... They criticize things, but... I still enjoy it, to be honest. I mean, it's like, you can choose to have fun and have a good time and enjoy your experience. And, like, life is so short, right, anyways? Um, and I like the little romance, and like I like some of the, there's just some like nice little quippy jokes back and forth, and it shows some like mentorship between like Obi-Wan and like Anakin. All right, we'll keep this in. I don't know. I think this deck is not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not necessarily good, but it's not bad either. But yeah, like so there's like mentorship, and there's like some loyalty, and oh, I didn't play the white mana. Well, maybe that was kind of dumb. All right, everything's gonna work itself out, right? So yeah, like, and one of the other things I think that's actually pretty interesting, to be honest, about like, because like it is kind of prophetic, like what's gonna happen, like that Darth Vader has to become Darth Vader, and that all these things have to come about, right? So it's like, aggressive negotiations. Yeah, like that's also kind of ironic, right? Heroes target them. But also, screw that siege. It's probably gonna be, again, it's gonna be the death of me. Again, kind of ironic that I'm talking about Star Wars. Yeah. I mean, they have to, again, like the funny jokes like those, right? Like, like you're gonna be the death of me, and like using lightsaber battles is like, the concept of like, there's like aggressive negotiations. Some of the stuff is pretty funny, to be honest. They got a trick. I know their hand. What am I thinking? Man, that was crazy of me. Oh yeah, first strike. Man, I walked right into that trap. I was so stupid. Okay. I don't know if this video is gonna get any views. It's kind of all over the place. But yeah, I mean, like the first movie, it reminded me of some good it was a fun adventure. Oh, I can move the counter from it. Oh, I wasn't even planning it. All right, we got this, right? Positivity. It reminded me of a fun, good adventure about Star Wars, and some of the reasons why I feel like, and I know people criticize that movie, but like it's a fun movie, and like there was some good heartwarming moments to it, and like Attack of the Clones, I thought that was a solid movie too. Oh, he didn't fall for my trick. Yeah, Attack of the Clones. Again, I realize that a lot of people criticize these movies and stuff, but like, I mean, it's still a fun movie, right? Like, I mean, I don't think there's any reason to feel ashamed of enjoying it. And again, like I like some of those things about Star Wars, where I feel like also a major aspect about Star Wars is, especially the old movies, they didn't take themselves so seriously. And I do think that's important. because a lot of places and people, like, they're always so, everything has to be so serious all the time. Wow. Sure glad I waited to. I'm not doing bad. That's for sure. Got on to 3. I think we're gonna get there, right? Oh yeah, there we go. 3-1. And again, I do really like their romance. I know I talked about this earlier, and yeah, it's kind of like movie made, but so what, right? It's it's a fantasy story, and they kind of get together, and there's some fun moments. There's some good wholesome love and stuff. They flirt back and forth, and eventually they get married, and he basically knocks her up. And there's also a lot of questions about whether or not it's is this really aligned within my values and stuff. I think this hand's fine. I've been doing a lot better in drafting. I mean, I've gotten better. I mean, I still have a lot of work to do. But this deck is solid. I'm pretty happy with the Dragon Zatark here. Ooh. Oh, I need that card. Okay, got this OP bird. But yeah, and I feel like there was a lot of questions about what is right and what is wrong, and it's is feelings more important than logic and reasoning, and there's basic truth and adherence to doctrines and a lot of that kind of stuff. And it's should I do what makes me feel good in life, or should I adhere to a code even if I don't really like that code? And there are some pretty serious hard questions. And Padme and Anakin, they weren't really supposed to get married, and they weren't really allowed to do a lot of those things. And even the first movie, right? There's Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and a lot of times they question, should I be doing this or should I not be doing this? And it's Obi-Wan, in Qui-Gon, he decides to defy his master or whatever. Is that 3-2? Four, 6 bird. Dude, the bird's gonna get there. Just believe it, right? we got Big Bird. Hope they don't kill it, but okay. Well, I know this seems a little foolish to put them all on one, but they're gonna shoot that bird down, and I'm gonna lose all my stuff. It's fine. We'll try it. Yeah, again, there's Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon decides to build the army. He kind of goes outside of the norms and the systems and the rules, but then it ends up working out, and the Jedi ends up accepting their army, or the Republic. And Obi-Wan's not sure if this is the right thing to do or not, but he decides he's just gonna follow his master regardless. And then and there's there's Obi-Wan and Anakin struggles to determine whether or not what's the right thing to do, and he decides to give in to his passions and his love, because it feels good at the time and he's young, and he was never really born into he was never really part of the right systems, or he was. What is this thing? Okay, we got Big Bird. That's our strategy. Honestly, if I draw a red man, I might just kill him. Oh my gosh, this is so dangerous. I'm living on the edge. Oh, they got Big Bird. Okay, so close. And there's a lot of questions. Probably didn't grab the right color, did I? Fool. I got up to 3 losses, so it is what it is. Oh, that mythic's so good. I mean, so is mine, granted, but I'm on a clock. Yeah, there's like the forbidden love, and you know, there's like and it goes step by step, right? Oh my gosh, what a cheesy deck. I'm about to lose, aren't I? Yeah, GG. Oh, I get to copy it, man. I need that card. Okay, from my monk deck. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, the second movie, it's like, you know, but he decides he's gonna give in, and like Padme, she decides, you know, like, you know, because she goes along, because she's a woman and she goes along with the man. It is what it is, right? And she gives in and basically gives into her passion, and they both get together, even though it's like they're not supposed to like get together, because the Jedi Order has strict rules. But like, again, like, Anakin learned from Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan learned from Qui-Gon, and they, you know, he defied his master. They defy like the social expectations, and you know, it has its consequences too. I don't know what's the best one. Let's just drop. I don't know. Let's drop that one. And there's a lot of rebellion. There's a lot of like inner turmoil, and like again, like trying to put like a Christian spin on this, right? You know, it's like there's and like I do feel like as like a person of the faith, like there can definitely be a lot of inner turmoil, and you know, a lot of questions about, you know, should I maintain my faith? Should I like give into the darkness? You know, there's light and darkness. There's like in holiness, there's God, and there's like the devil. And you know, it's like, you know, what's the right thing to do, or what's what I want to do versus the right thing to do. And like in Star Wars, they do kind of teach a lot about, you know, it teaches a lot about different ideas of like morality and stuff, and like also the consequences of passion is that, you know, it's like giving into your passions, right? The truth about your passions, I feel like, is, and just as you saw, like just as you can see from let's get rid of the turtle. Turtle is pretty good. And also, it's like, you know, you saw off his passions. Like Anakin Skywalker, he gave into his passions. Like Obi-Wan Kenobi, he was kind of like more like a lawful good, and Anakin turned to the dark side. And his passions, you look at the end of the movie of like Episode 3, right? It's like you look at like look at what happened. He was very conceited. He was filled with a lot of hatred. Oh, he scooped. Oh, I'm getting there. I'm getting there with my jank garbage. It's working, right? You know, positive thinking, right? We got this. We're gonna win. I'm glad I'm showing this during the video when I'm not going offline. I know this video is like all over the place, right? It's okay though. Oh, I got 4 wins. Oh, if I get one more, it basically pays for itself. It kind of, I mean, like I'm kind of like a peasant player. I mean, I do spend a little bit of money, but like I spent $100. I wanted to unlock a bunch of the emotes. I wanted to do it for the year. I'm trying to get better at drafting, but like if you do good in drafts, they can kind of pay for themselves a little bit. So it's like, it's not all bad, right? I think this hand, oh my gosh. I have the Abzan Monument. If I can draw something, I can get another land. I think I should keep it. I don't know. Get a white mana. I might be able to draw a creature, right? Or get some better cards. It's a little bit shady, but it's coming down to the end. I mean, I did good, right? Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm going on a little bit of ramble here, right? Anakin Skywalker basically went to his own hell. So like he was fighting against Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan takes his lightsaber and basically slashes 3 of his limbs off. He already had his other limbs, so basically his limbs were just like completely destroyed. And he basically was burning with fire. His physical body was deformed. He was suffering tremendous amounts of suffering. And he's like basically in his own hell, basically. Like, right, as a Christian, you can see him, he's suffering, he's in intense distress. And eventually, like, he loses Padme, and he goes into, he's had a complete meltdown, and his life's basically over. Now, he did kind of like, quote unquote, temporarily won. He won in like the earthly sense, but he lost his soul. And he's technically not dead, but he's basically in a state of his own hell. And he's gonna spend like the next 20 years in like a terrible situation. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on here. Is my game frozen? Oh, are they gonna lose just because of this? Maybe they're disconnected. If I win like this is a terrible way to win. I'll still take it though. It's not the way. I don't like to win like that, right? I like to play fair. But like, you know, Anakin Skywalker, again, like, he's suffering internally, he's suffering externally. And then you look at someone like Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like, Obi-Wan Kenobi is probably like one of the best examples of like one of the morally good, virtuous characters in the initial series. Obi-Wan Kenobi like basically denies his personal happiness and his pleasures and the things that make him happy in life. And he sacrifices his happiness to do what he thinks is the right thing to do, to support his cause and to support his beliefs. I don't know if it's like being a Jedi is like a religion, but like basically it's like the good guys, right? And like Obi-Wan, you know, he makes a sacrifice. He chooses to. All right. Okay. I don't like winning like that, but it is what it is. Maybe I'm getting the gold tier up. Gold tier 3. I think this is the farthest I've gotten so far. We're going there, boys and girls. Okay. It's like for all the little marble gems, right? Yeah, like Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's like lawful good. So he ends up making the sacrifices, and in the end, he basically gets to be alive. And the next like 20 years, he spends it in like his little solitude. But then, going into the next movie series, it ends up, to be honest though, it ends up working out for him. I feel like. Okay, let's just do this one. I know getting scrying would be initially good, but I won't have a mana turn 2. I think it's a good strategy. Again, like he spends his time in like this isolation, but he also, to be honest, he also gets to keep his. He doesn't have to suffer as much too, and he ends up taking care of like Luke Skywalker, and it all kind of works out for him in the end. Because like Darth Vader or Anakin, he's in intense physical distress. He has to spend his time in like that tank, getting his Oh, is that the broken bird? Okay, we'll play some dudes then. Oh, I have that red card in my hand. Oh, are we gonna get there? Most balanced mythic rare in the draft. Okay. And like Obi-Wan is. And honestly speaking, I do feel like Obi-Wan is one of the most virtuous of the characters in the original Star Wars. I mean, he has his problems, right? Like, I mean, by no stretch of the imagination does he not, but what's the best color? I think, is getting black the best color? Okay, I don't know if he's like the most virtuous character, but he's definitely like a good character, and maybe that's my disposition. He spends his time. He eventually finds like his immortality. He becomes like this like ghost spirit who can help out people like Luke Skywalker. He's kind of there to aid him. All right, here we go. Because I do it. Oh yeah, the filter. Oh, it feels so good. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so gross, but it feels so good at the same time. Oh, it feels so savage. Oh my gosh, it feels so savage. Now, maybe they have an answer out of the situation, but oh, it feels so savage. Because the thing is, with the death touch, right? It does not go away unless you kill it. It's like, if you don't block, oh, it's so savage. Because like the thing is, like, you have to block, right? And now it's, oh my gosh, it's so savage. Now, I ran into some gross effects too, right? Like, there's like Codis, that Sultai, indestructible. They might have an answer. No. Oh, am I gonna get there? So yeah, your big bird. Big bird for the win. Oh, this feels so good. I know it's utterly disgusting, okay, but it still feels good. Oh, am I gonna go 7-2? We're going there. We're gonna have positive thinking. I'm gonna go 7-2. Okay, I know this is a complete ramble jank mess. No, that's my channel. I think this is more fun for a lot of people, anyways. Okay, oh my gosh, we're almost there. I paid for the draft. I know I've got some pity wins, but no, I'll take them, right? Okay, we're going there. I'm gonna go 7-2. I've gotten to 6. I've never gotten to 7. I mean, I don't want to win with pity, but I'll take it. So yeah, like, what else about this Star Wars movie? Or the trilogy? I know. I mean, I know this video is a complete nightmare. And like, there's also like the clones, fighting like the droids, and there is, I don't know, there are some moments where it's like, that in the end everything is gonna kind of just, there's like a set outcome, and I feel like, and sometimes this also represents life. That kind of like, I don't want to say like life is set, like a stacked set of cards or something in your deck. Now maybe like playing Magic, right? Like, but like in the movie, in the series, it's like, you the audience, like, or we the audience, we know this is, oh, I'll keep this. I mean, I can buy all the colors at least. This aggro, quick aggro. Kill or be killed, right? This is it. This is all the marbles. I got the broken bird in my hand. Okay, we got this. We're gonna have a little bit of faith. We got this. Even better if I was turn player, but oh, this card is so. I had this card in my F&M draft too. It's so stupid. It's so stupid, especially in a draft format. It's so dumb because like you pay a life and you get to endure 1 when you attack. It's also just like a 2-drop. I think it doesn't have flying, does it? No. It's so dumb. It's such a stupid card. Okay, they're gonna kill it. Yeah, I mean like you have to kill it, right? Like, okay. Oh my gosh, I almost got there. Almost got away with it. Okay, all right. So like about this movie, okay, yeah. Like also, it's again like I'll try to continue on what I was saying. When this draft's done, I'm basically the video's gonna be over. So one way or the other, I don't know who's gonna watch this, to be honest. That's a good card. So like there is a question about, sometimes it's like, should you try to do the right thing, or what is right? And it's like, because at the end of the day, if everything's kind of stacked one way or the other, like all these events are going to happen, right? Like the Jedi are going to rise up, eventually they're going to fall, the Sith are going to get in there, and the Sith are going to inevitably do a lethal blow against like the Jedi Order initially. All of these things are gonna happen. They're basically gonna have to happen, right? And you know, like the clones, like there's the clones and the droids, and like the truth be told, that war was kind of pointless in a lot of ways. I know they did strike down the Separatists, but the Empire came, so like there was some inevitability to it. But there's a lot of questions about like, you know, doing what you think is the right thing to do at a lot of times in life. We got this positive thinking. We're gonna win, right? This video is gonna be successful. And it's like fighting for your, you know, it's like when it comes to like morality and different choices and stuff too. Sometimes it's like, even though you're even death itself, life, death, it's like if you're fighting in these battles, you're fighting these little conflicts, these moral, spiritual battles. You know, it's like when you do the right thing, I think that's the kind of stuff that matters, and that's the kind of stuff that's important. And it's like also like, what do you believe in? And following your beliefs. Even if your beliefs, it's hard to always know the answers. Like there are dogmatic teachings, you know, it's like there's passions. It's like, you know, Anakin shows his own selfish kind of desires. Obi-Wan, you know, he denied himself. And you know, there's Mace Windu, and he was pretty strict. But like some of these characters, like it's like they never really were fully explored, and like they followed the code they had, right? And following the code with them was important. So it's like, because like that's the kind of stuff you sow into and you reap from as an individual. And I also genuinely believe that's also what you're gonna be remembered for too. Oh, they had the counter spell. That was stupid of me. I don't want to say I baited it out, but I don't know what was I gonna keep Oh yeah, also the same thing kind of like with RPG style games. Oh, that sucks. Well, it is what it is. It's like, playing The Witcher 3 or Fallout 4 or something, or I don't know, Skyrim or whatever game you want to play. Like, there's like kind of like there's like an inevitable outcomes. Like certain things are just gonna happen. Like certain movies, Star Wars, for example, or whatever it might be, right? Certain things are just kind of like inevitable. So all right, we're gonna believe though. We're gonna win this, right? We got this. We got this. Just have a little faith, right? The sword is still so good. I'm gonna get my first seven wins. It's gonna happen, right? Positivity. I probably should have edited this like a little bit. It has a lot of support, but it's still solid. They might get me here though. But yeah, like the whole idea of like RPG games, like the different moral choices you make and a lot of stuff. Maybe it's inevitable that certain things are gonna happen, but that doesn't change the fact that you still get to make your moral choices, right? Oh, gosh, just don't have any dudes. Take what, 3 damage? They're gonna get their dragon. I tried. Let's see what happens. It depends on what I draw, right? Okay. I just can't draw any creatures, right? It is what it is. I still did fine. So to come to play with like 3 counters on it, holy crap! That's the biggest boulder dragon I've ever seen. It's an iron image or like a mountain or something. It's fine. Oh, I tried. Okay, here's a dude. Unfortunately, no matter what I do at this point, I've just lost. Okay, like it's just like, no, it's just irony, right? Can I play this? Oh, hold up. Oh, Shuxle Buxle. It's another 3/3. I can block both the dudes on the ground. I can't block the dragon. I'll go to 1. Is it? Okay, there we go. I went 6-2. I'll take it, right? God is good. I tried my best. I do like this combo with the globes and this forecaster. And you get these boulder dragons. Oh, they're gonna finish it. It's fine. It's a poetic justice, right? And yeah, I mean, again, like, oh yeah, even the whole notion of me saying that, like, positive thinking that we're gonna win or whatever. Again, like, maybe it was inevitable that I was gonna lose, but following what you believe is important. And at the end of the day, you follow your beliefs. I think that matters as an individual, and that also matters for the collective. Like, they follow like the Jedi Order. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, I got all my gems back. So now I get to do another draft. Okay, gonna paste my draft. Oh, plus I get all the cards I get to keep, right? Okay. Okay, well, there we go. The peasants, right? We got this, though. We got this. What is... not the store. Only need 3 more. Okay. What is the... Is it 4,000 or 5,000 coins? It's probably 5,000, right? Yeah, that's not too bad. 750 gems. So if you get to 6 wins, honestly, even if you get the 650 gems, it's basically, even the 450 gems you're basically kind of like decreasing the cost ultimately down to like minimal amounts of money or minimal amounts of investment. So, and like you can pay with the coins. So like the draftings they're not like completely unfair, right? Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it. I know this is some ramble video. I don't know how many people like this kind of video or not, but yeah, I saw the Star Wars movie again after like 20 something years after it came out. Now I've seen it a few times in the past too. I've probably seen the movie. I've probably seen it like 10 times. I mean, it's just I haven't seen it recently, and like it's kind of nice going back to see a movie again. And it's nice just sometimes I like watching a movie I've already know. Like I already know the story. Like playing a video game I already know the story to. Like yeah, it's fun to do it the first time. I'll give it that. But like it's also nice just to do something comfortable. Like I know the plot. And I can just kind of just relax, right? But yeah, I feel like, Star Wars, it talks about passions versus like the idea of like crucifying like your flesh versus giving into like, your darkest passions and the different types of outcomes, right? Like, look at Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan, the two major like distinguishing between good and evil and like more lawful versus chaotic, and the consequences of the type of lifestyles they have. One leads to like, you giving into your passions, especially like your darkest passions. It leads you to basically a state of hell. And then one day for eternity, you will go to hell for giving into your sin every day. And you crucify the flesh and choose to embrace God through his Son and Spirit. It's like, yeah, you're going to go through hardships in life, but you're going to have a good ending eventually, and you're eventually going to go to heaven as a Christian, right? So it's like, and Star Wars teaches a lot of hard but good life lessons. Okay, so thanks for watching this video. I appreciate it. If you have any thoughts about Star Wars, or even if you have any thoughts about this Tarkir Dragonstorm game or Magic the Gathering, or whatever you want to say, right? I prefer to keep it more positive and neutral. I mean, I can't control people, but it is what it is, right? But I'm humbled that you watched this video, or if you got this far. Thanks for watching it. I would say just love watching the content you love to watch. Try to find a way to glorify God with it. Like, just enjoy Star Wars if you want to enjoy Star Wars. It's got its issues in the modern day time, so just enjoy what you want to enjoy. Just give thanks to God. All right, thanks for watching. God is good.